As Belters, Earthers, Pirates, Martians, and other players go about their business on the Draconis Expanse server, there is one name that is constantly brought up, constantly mentioned, and constantly feared: Laconia. Today, I'm going to do a deep dive into one of the most prolific player factions on the server. This faction has had one of the biggest influences on the server and is completely player-led. For those of you who have never heard of Laconia, there might be some slight spoilers for the books and shows, but I tried to make it spoiler-free. So if you don't want those spoilers, I suggest you skip this video, but if you don't care or have already seen the shows and read the books, then you're really gonna like this video. It is important to note that while this server is inspired by the Expanse, it does not follow a strict timeline set forward in the books and shows, but instead follows an inspired timeline that generally follows the same events, but is more influenced by the players and the admins of the server. The following is a mix of real in-game events and actions by the Laconian faction, and also RP mixed in. Laconia was started as a small two-man faction. As they broke away from the MCRN in RP, they were quickly assaulted by Belter pirates. A fellow ex-Martian faction, the Void Nomads, came to their rescue, as well as another Belter pirate faction, the Iron Order. Laconia quickly bonded with their fellow ex-Martian faction, the Void Nomads, but tensions rose between them and the Iron Order. Eventually, due to internal differences, Laconia and the Void Nomads would break off to form an alliance known as the Martian Exiles that would directly oppose the Iron Order and their alliance, the Crimson Syndicate. Thus would begin the First Europa War. Over months, the Martian Exiles and the Crimson Syndicate would constantly be battling over the moon of Europa. Eventually, the Martian Exiles would prevail and heavily fortify the moon, taking control of the server's King of the Hill Point and constantly being rewarded with free resources and tech. This complete domination of Koth led to the Laconia that we know today, a superpower on the server that technologically and player skill-wise is among the top on the server. Fielding a fleet of seemingly endless high-tech, top-tier cruisers and frigates, they're able to exert their will across the whole server. Their operational security is top tier, and while I was able to get my hands on a few blueprints to shoot some B-roll, a lot of this footage is from actually trying to follow and capture them on the server. They have multiple production bases stationed across various areas of operation on the server that can automatically print out huge ships and grids, constantly allowing them to refresh their fleet and update their designs to new standards and new metas. Since achieving superpower status, Laconia has quickly quelled any Belter rebellions or pirates who dare to stand against them. Exerting their will across the server, they routinely do patrols near the trade stations in the belt and stop and search vessels looking for what they deem as contraband. Laconia constantly preaches order and peace, and you will see some players defending them after being stopped, saying that no harm was done. As long as you comply, you will be free to pass. Players often debate whether this is right or wrong in game chat, but they're missing a crucial point, is that it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Laconia will keep on doing it until they deem that it is not necessary anymore. Recently, we've seen the rise of a few other Belter factions as the server has grown in popularity, and Laconia has been quick to dispatch them or try to stop them from growing as powerful as Laconia is. New players are quickly thrust into a political landscape that is heavily saturated after the server has been running for over a year. And many think that Laconia is justified in their actions. If a faction can do it, should not the belt be patrolled and kept safe from pirates? should there not be law and order in the belt and on the server. As new events start happening on the server and the admins have teased new ring gates opening, we will see if these players are right and if Laconia is justified in their actions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little different than the normal videos, but I wanted to do something with more of a narrative twist. If you like this, let me know in the comments and I can do some deep dives into some other factions on server or some of the other RP that happens. If you're interested in joining the server, the link is in the description, and fly safe.